Hello, everybody. World Curling Tour coverage of Baden Masters continues. We're well into the Friday afternoon games, and we're coming to you live from Baden, Switzerland, here at the Baden Regio Curling Club, 4-sheet curling club, 25 minutes west of Zurich, not too far from the airport either, easily accessible, and the opening event of the European part of the World Curling Tour. And we've got Team de Cruz against Team Mercier. Kilian Gaudin, Quentin Miranda, Eddie Mercier, and Jeremy FRA. Valentin Tanner, Peter de Cruz, Sven Michel, and Benoit Schwartz, of course, for the Team de Cruz. Very young French team. This French team, not only a junior team, will also be representing France at the European Championships this year. And I'll try and get the names right as we go along. And of course, Team de Cruz, ice temperature been pretty constant here. Team de Cruz bronze medal winners at the Olympics. And currently ranked 12th on the tour. Excuse me, they're ranked 9th on the tour. 12th is Wallstatt, who's also here. And we're about to get underway. That's not the teams we'll be covering. That's the Swiss team from Zug, Team Hess. But they get their little camera time also. I had an extra end on sheet 4. To get under the way. World Curling Tour coverage of Baden Masters goes all weekend here, and we'd also like to welcome our viewers on CBC Canada Sports. Great to have CBC on board. An opportunity to reach all our Canadian World Curling Tour fans. We'll get to see quite a bit more of the international, along with some regular Canadian events we'll be covering this year. We're doing quite a bit of coverage, and you'll get a nice mix of the international flavor, as the World Curling Tour is a truly World Curling Tour. My name is Armin Harder, and I will be here all weekend with you. Hopefully, starting tomorrow and the day after, start bringing in some coaches and players, do some interviews, and have some of them helping to co-commentate for me. Peter de Cruz, they were in the final last year. Lost to Nicholas Edin, defending champion from last year. 5 top 15 ranked teams here. Olsrud, Wallstatt, 2 Norwegian teams, de Cruz, Mowat from Scotland, and of course Nicholas Edin. And quite a bit of new faces also, which is great, and kind of usual after an Olympic season starting into the new cycle. And this will be the first time that we get to see Team de Cruz playing with their new team member Sven Michel. Sven Michel, in his own right, very successful, skipping Swiss team for a while, went to the Sochi Olympics, won the European Championships, playing in Adelboden, and that has now joined Team de Cruz. Of course, Sven Michel, current world champion, mixed doubles. So Mercier has the hammer, and de Cruz will start the game. Valentine Tunner throwing lead rocks. And we'll get underway. We'll be here all weekend. We've got 3 more games to cover tomorrow, 2 more round-robin games, and then the quarterfinals in the evening starting at 8 o'clock Central European time, and then semifinal and a final on Sunday. And check out wherever you're watching, either on World Curling Tour YouTube channel or cbc.ca sports. And also worldcurl.com. Check out all the results, rankings, and any other information you'd like to know. We've got 20 teams here playing in 4 groups of 5. After the round robin, there'll be a complete ranking, 8 quarterfinal qualifiers, playing for 33,000 total Swiss francs, which is about 45,000 Canadian. 11,000 to the winner Swiss francs, which is about 15 Canadian. So, great start for one of these teams to help the kitty. Some nice shots here already. The guard up. 2 rocks around. Playing the 5 rock rule. Standard now for the entire season. At all events. Gillian Gaudin. Seem to have lost that one somehow.
Bien. Nettoyez bien. Nettoyez bien. Il a pris une saleté là. 14. Collez. 14-5. Pile. Vitesse. Ouais. Ouais. Wow. Ouais. 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 Fort. À fond. Lâche-toi. Bien, Quentin.
The Swiss teams have quite a bit of advantage here, having practiced in here for the last two and a half months. This ice has been in since the beginning of June. All the elite teams in Switzerland train here in the summer. So de Cruz has been here quite a bit with his team on the ice, training, getting ready for the season. Some of these other teams, it's their first contact to the ice for the season. Always gives the Swiss teams a little bit of an advantage. Ice has been running about 25 seconds from hog to stop. Pretty consistent throughout.
Pile. Wow, 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 wow.
Quentin Morard
Ouais, changement, ouais, changement, ouais, changement, ouais. Wow.
just clears off the guard.
J'aime bien, là.
French team playing Yellow Rocks with the hammer.
Là, très proche. Là, ça va aussi.
4, c'est bon.
De Cruz trying to protect those 2 rocks he has sitting in front of the French shot rock. And here we see Sven Michel,
Ok, 3
Bien assez,
proche.
je pense.
first
3-4.
Oui,
official
Ligne
tournament
un, vitesse
3-4.
with his new team.
4. On est freeze.
Plutôt, ouais.
Tiens. Oh, 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 oh.
C'est 12
Tiens.
pieds.
Ouais. Oui. Ligne, ouais. Fort, là. Fort, fort, fort. Très fort, très
Very
fort.
good skip in his own right. Now playing a little different role in this team.
C'est bien.
And
ça
that
va
role
bien.
is a little bit too long.
On peut éviter qu'on enlève. Faut... Ouais, ouais, mais il faut qu'on enlève. Ouais, on pile. Ouais, faut qu'on te libère le centre. Pile. Faut taper. On tape, on essaie de taper 2 tiers. Comme ça, on essaie de sortir celle-là. La rouge là, même si elle est collée, ça peut partir, je pense. Oh, bon pile. Là, là, ouais, 2 tiers ici. Mais ouais, là.
Take a run at those red rocks, but they'll lose their own shot rock in the 4-foot, of course.
On pète tout, on essaie d'en sortir un max. Oh, il y a
I think
normalement,
they'll
si on
be
tape bien, il y a 2 rouges qui
fortunate
partent
if
et
they
le
get
jaune.
2 of those red ones out of there.
Un peu plus, Dieu.
Eddie Mercier gonna play skipping and playing 3rd rocks.
Ouais. Ouais. Fort. Ouais, 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 ouais. Wow.
Looks like a nose hit. Doesn't get any of the red ones out, just loses his own. Moves him around a bit.
Center line. 3, 2, 3.
Attention.
3. 3. 3
C'est
proches.
bien. Il a.
Ouais,
Ligne
2,5.
parfaite. 3. Tu peux là.
2, 3.
Benoît, fini. Fini. Ouais. Yep, yep, yep. Juste mordre la ligne. Ouais, encore un peu. Yep, 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 yep. Ok, c'est bien. GG. Parfait. Hein? Tire cachette. Ouais, normal.
So they'll try and take a stab at this red one here and roll in behind those rocks. Have to be careful not to overthrow it. They will run straight with any kind of weight.
Wow. Ligne, ok. Attention. Wow. Wow. Quentin. Quentin. Fort, Quentin. Fort. Fort. La jaune.
Needs to curl, and they hit it on the nose. Red still sitting shot.
Ça va pas être. Je pense pas que ça va être trop.
Il va pas y avoir de grosses surprises.
Non, je pense pas. Ouais, on vient 10,5, je pense.
10 et demi et une bonne moitié, quoi.
Alors, ça, 10,5 ou pas? C'est large assez, je pense.
C'est là aussi.
And Benoit Schwartz, as always, throwing 4th rocks for the Swiss team from Geneva.
J'aimerais bien venir 11, mais. Ouais. 10,5.
Wow. Tiens. gauche.
Non, 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 non. Non, non, non.
Ça roule. Ouais. Toi là-dessus.
Swiss managed to get that roll. Just throw them very nice and pure. Good controlled weight. Let them work. Don't overthrow them. Weight control so important.
En pile, si on tape là, tac, ouais, ça part. Hein. Si on arrive là, on arrive à taper là. Celle-là, chute, et ça écarte le jeu. Vous en pensez quoi du pile?
Jeremy Ferrier
Ça va?
playing skips rocks. This can be a difficult shot here. Raising his that Swiss red guard back, try to remove some stuff, open it up a bit. If he gets it wrong, he might just raise it onto his own. No, it just opens it up. So there's a long guard
Lui, il a peut-être ça pour deux, mais
on the left-hand side.
n'importe où là-dedans. Deux sur la center line.
Bah, sur la jaune, hein.
Ah,
We will just
il
need
a
to
ça
cover
avec
the
toi.
right-hand side and
Alors ça.
Ouais, il faut juste fermer le trou.
pretty well leave him the forefoot to draw to.
Deux.
And here we see that long guard.
Sur la rouge.
Can actually get to the forefoot either way with the out turn or the in turn. But he will need forefoot weight.
Un peu de place, oh maintenant. Oh.
Un peu large. Sven,
Sven.
si tu peux.
Ouais, fini. Yep. Yep. Moitié ici, c'est bien. Ok, c'est bien. Très bien.
Si t'en couvres déjà deux, c'est déjà pas mal.
So normally a fairly straightforward draw to the forefoot to make one, but a young, somewhat inexperienced team playing against Peter de Cruz here at the World Curling Tour Masters event. Bit of a challenge. First skips rocks here in this first end.
Vitesse.
Drawing against three Swiss counters.
Ouais, ligne. Ouais, juste vitesse. Juste vitesse.
Sweepers were on it first, now they've backed off.
Rien.
Did they oversweep it? Got to come to a stop. Ooh, that gives up three, steal of three here for de Cruz in the first end. Bit unfortunate start for the young French team. Not too many mistakes here from this experienced Swiss team. Number one ranked team in Switzerland. Will be a tough team to beat.
Ça va vraiment vite ce côté.
Ranked 9th currently on the World Tour. And certainly looking to move forward this year. And there we see it after first end of play, 3-0 for Peter de Cruz. against Lady Mercier.
Bien assez. 4, 5, 5. 5. 5, 6.
Ok, easy, easy, easy.
Easy, juste 5.
On est là. Ok.
Pretty good crowd in here all day. Of course, the weather has been cooperative. It was raining all day. Finally cooling off a little bit. It's been scorcher here for the last couple of months. And it's now a very comfortable 22 degrees outside. The ice has been good in here all summer, though. Pretty good facility.
Et bien assez. 3
Bien,
postes.
il y a la place.
Plutôt
Un peu là.
4, mais.
Un petit peu là. Benoît. Benoît devant.
Ok, c'est bien vitesse.
3, juste 2. Ok, fini. Ouais, ouais. Fini, ouais. Fini, ouais. Aïe, aïe, aïe. Il faut mener tout le long, tout le long, tout le long. Pour la cacher un petit peu. Go, go, go.
Valentine not getting the line quite right on that. Needed to be a little closer to the center.
J'achète. Ça ou ça? Ça?
Three might be a big score to begin with, but with the 5 rock rule, it's lots of opportunity to come back again and get lots of rocks in play. But of course, your shot has to stick around, and this is not looking like it will. That's not going to help.
Passe.
Elle est assez haute celle-là.
Ouais, mais il faut un peu moins de glace, c'est tout. Non, je dis juste un peu moins de glace.
Team pretty well their first foray into World Curling Tour competition. Played juniors last year.
Mais encore un poil. Ouais.
France not having a lot of curling going on these days. It would be nice to see a team coming out of there again. It's been a while. Last significant team coming out of France, Thomas Dufour.
Juste vitesse, ligne bien.
It's almost
Chacun un
10
peu
years
trop.
ago.
Juste à vous. Center line si on peut.
Ok, juste qu'elle passe.
Ouais,
Juste
juste ça
qu'elle passe.
passe, ça fait vraiment trop. Ouais. Ok. Ok, vite.
La différence. Ouais, exactement. Voilà, difference between two sides.
Joli.
Tu peux venir 6 si tu veux. Ah, out, ok.
Ici. Même si on est là, moi ça va.
Out, c'est bien ton call là, c'est bien ça.
A very long on guard out there. Lots of rocks in play. And the French certainly have things to work with. They'll need to get some rocks into shot position, though. I see Peter de Cruz holding, skipping and throwing second rocks. Pretty good shot, just slid behind the tee line. Nicely buried though. Quentin Merard trying to clean out the front a bit. Maybe drive that yellow one back onto the red. And they just open it up. Cruz will just guard that up. French just chasing at the moment, not getting anything going.
C'est bien là, c'est. Oui. C'est bien vitesse. 4. Oui. 3, 4.
Ouais. Là, c'est bien.
C'est presque 4. Je pense que ça s'arrête, mais.
Ça doit être devant. Hein.
C'est.
On peut finir ou
vraiment proche. Ah. Je pense que c'est dedans.
Ça va juste. Là.
Maybe a foot or two closer than he would have liked.
Regarde pour faire un coup double.
Sven Michel, world mixed doubles champion. Together with Michel Yeki. Taking that title last year.
Whoa. Kylian.
Un mètre de moins.
Reste la même.
Ligne, c'est la même.
Ouais, 3.
Un poil plus là.
Ok, 2, 3. C'est quand même 3.
Je pense qu'il faudra finir.
Non, mais c'est vraiment.
Ah.
Juste devant.
Dès que tu peux finir, parce qu'il y a un trou là actuellement. Ouais, vas-y. Ouais, même si ça me mord. Ok. Ça curle quand même de moins en moins. Je trouve. Ouais, exact.
Not much of a hole there. We'll need to drive that back onto the red and remove some of those, open that up a bit in order to accomplish something here. Just clearing the red one off the front is not doing too much for the French, making it fairly easy for the Swiss team.
Ouais, fort. Ouais, les belles. Fort.
And he's got more of it now. Oh, he missed it too.
Pas possible de shot.
Non, mais celui-là, il peut mettre 2, je pense.
Tu veux mettre une garde là? 2.
Tu veux venir là?
Needed to touch that front rock to do any good.
Lui, il va venir là. Il va essayer, puis nous, on pourra probablement l'enlever, je pense.
Je pense.
Ouais. C'est difficile pour lui d'être là, quoi. Enfin,
Bah, on peut venir là, mais...
moi, j'aime assez bien ça. Pour qu'il soit là, c'est
Cruz
dur. quand même.
currently in a situation where do you put it where you don't actually help the opponent?
Moi, je suis sur Fils, là, Jacob, que là, quoi. Ok.
Ouais, mais là, c'est...
Ok, bien là.
That out-turn draw down to the one in the back of the forefoot is there, so I want to cover that one a bit
Ok. 2 et
and
demi.
take that raise run back away also at the same time.
Non. Il est juste pas shot, mais après on fait quoi? On vient de l'autre côté. Bon, c'est sûr que s'il est pas shot, on vient là, mais... On vient là?
Ok. Je pense qu'on veut être proche.
Faut être plus vite. Hein. C'est quand même pas le plus lent.
Opting to take away the in-turn draw,
Ouais, il y a Nicolas.
guarding up that hole.
Ok, attends un peu. Oh. Ah, oh. Un peu large pour
La
l'instant.
ligne assez bien.
Sven devant. Ouais, finir. Yeah. Smooth. Ouais, tout le long. Ça curl bien, ça curl. Go. Tout le long. Encore.
Excuse.
Ok.
Ouais, excuse. Peut-être... Ouais. Un peu moins.
C'est un dolly, hein, pas plus.
Ouais.
Vite, c'est pas mal. Ouais.
That rock was touched. We'll see it again in the replay. Oh, yes, obviously.
Ouais, on a déjà 3-0. Ouais.
Ça, c'est trop. Il sera en HD celui-là.
Il y a un peu beaucoup de glace. Alors, on a quand même mis le bord de la maison.
Ok, Lynn, c'est bon.
So that hole that was there will now be plugged by
Ouais.
Benoit Schwartz.
Ouais. Ok, wow. Ouais, oh. Très bien.
Take away that in-turn draw to the
Ça
center.
change grand-chose. Ça a été. Ok. Je pense que la première, il était très actif en fait. Et du coup, hein? Je pense que c'est ça. Ah ouais? Pour les vitesses,
Ouais,
tu dis?
ouais.
Ok. Bon, il dérange quand même. Mais je pense que c'était ça.
Ou tu peux tenter la pluie.
There is that raise on the yellow.
Non, c'est comme tu sens, c'est toi.
Couple of tough options here for the French team. Last rock here in the second end. Looking at two Swiss counters.
magnifique comme ça.
You certainly don't want to go down 5-0 after 2 ends.
Après, on va mettre des coups de sac. Ouais. Là, là.
If he draws in there, I'm not sure if he'll end up shot. He might give up another point.
Dans le trou, ça me paraît compliqué quand même.
He won't be able to get to the inside of it.
Ça te va ça? Quentin, Kylian, dans le bleu.
Last rock here in the second end. French looking at another 2 Swiss counters. Trying to draw down to the top of that red one in the back of the forefoot. Just a bit long with his last draw in the last end.
Vitesse. Ok. Ouais, ligne. Ouais, ligne. Ouais. Ouais, fort. Oh, vitesse. Ouais, elle est belle. Fort. Ouais.
Weight looks pretty close. You gotta get past the front one. Another steal of 2
Bien, Jay.
for the Swiss.
Bonne force.
Cruz takes a commanding 5-0 lead after 2 ends of play.
Bien,
Ok. Comment? Je pense que ça curle un peu moins que ce qu'on pense.
Ah oui.
On peut mettre un petit peu moins de glace.
And we're back here with the third end of the World Curling Tour coverage of the Baden Masters. Cruz in a commanding 5-0 lead over this young French team. Their first foray into World Curling Tour action. Have a number of teams out there that are in the same boat. We'll need to gain experience, and this is the way to do it. And sometimes it's painful. But you need to play the best to become one of the best. Take it to another level. And that's what the tour is all about. The tour divided up into Challenger Series. This is a Master Series, and then the Champions Series, Slam Series, which is the highest level. Well, with Five Rock Rule, there's certainly lots of opportunities. But rock placement needs to be better than that. That guard's quite a ways out.
4, ligne, c'est bon. 4. Un peu de place. Ok, c'est un peu large maintenant. Fini. Hein. Ouais. Yep. Ok, juste 3. 15-9.
Vitesse. Ligne ok. Un peu large. Wow. Bien, Jay. Laisse. Ça sort ou pas? Ouais. Quoi?
Yeah.
Oh, t'as pu la laisser.
The lead slides through the rings again. That's the way the last end started.
Et juste vitesse. Attends un peu.
Oh, un peu large. Oh, il faut attendre.
Plutôt Sven.
Et ligne, c'est bien.
Et ligne bien, ouais. Ligne parfaite. 2,5, c'est bien.
Easy.
Ligne parfaite.
On tire. On a 5 points de retard.
So the strength of field in this event is a 6.6171. That means the champion will get 46 big points, tour points. Second place team with 36 points. Semifinals will get you 28 points, so that's a fair amount.
Vitesse.
Good points to be ahead here in Baden, always. Good teams drawing.
Ouais, ligne. Ouais, fort. À fond, Jay. À fond.
And had to get past it. French not executing at the moment.
Comme ça.
Je pense que ça va quand même curler là.
Si t'es à la même hauteur, il y a le double. Hein.
Ouais, il faut rouler même loin, ça va. Ouais. Je pense un peu plus quand même. Ouais.
Attention. Ouais. Allez, Sean. Ouais. Encore. Oh. Ok, c'est miss. Ok. Très bien, 18, mais c'est pas ça la différence.
Ça ou ça? Ouais, mais bon. Ça? Ouais. Vitesse. Ouais. Wow. Juste vitesse. Ouais, ligne. Wow. Kylian. Wow. Ouais, Kylian, alors,
No bounce.
yeah.
Bounced open again. Should be easily removed.
Pour hack, faut pas moins.
Un bon hack. Un bon hack, 10, 11,5. 12. Très bien, vitesse.
C'était parfait.
Bien.
On tente un normal, on tire, puis on vient là. En normal. Comme ça, on fait le double. Enfin, on tire, on reste en normal.
Should be able to get to the nose of that. Doesn't leave him shot though.
Si Soit on fait un normal et
But hitting it on the nose and staying there might set up something.
Et après,
Need to get some rocks in
ouais,
play.
normal, ouais. Faut absolument rester.
Eddie Mercier.
Ouais. Ouais.
Doesn't really look at the broom as he's releasing the rocks. Looks like this picked something. Removes the guard.
Même ça. 10.
Bien fait demi.
Tiens, ouais. Ouais. Oh.
Bien fait
Ouais,
demi.
oui. Ouais, ouais. Yep, yep, yep. Ouais, c'est bien.
Swiss just keep piling him in there.
Là, moi je pense au carreau, on reste. Faut qu'on. Comme ça, ouais. Ouais, en pile, et on reste. Carreau, en pile. Ouais, ça, pas mal.
Vous quelle vitesse, Eddie? Quelle vitesse?
Pile. On joue, ils vont faire une faute, moi je pense. Je la sens bien. Ouais. Wow. Wow. Ouais. Ouais. Fort. Wow. Wow. La jaune. La jaune. J'ai, prends la rouge. J'ai, on s'en fout de la rouge, là, prends la rouge. On s'en foutait.
Tu peux, ouais. Avec le in comme moi. Assez proche. Ouais. Moi, on avait mis ça. Ouais.
Comme pitch. Sorry.
Swiss ignoring that yellow rock.
Sur la jaune, ouais.
Guard off. Looks like they're guarding the left side. Trying to maybe come across.
In, c'est bien.
Put it
Ouais.
on the center line.
Ouais, ouais.
Take away
In,
that
c'est bon,
raise.
Un peu large.
Oh, oh, oh.
Ok, je pense que ça curve juste assez.
Ça, c'est bien. In, c'est bien.
Fini, Sven.
In,
Go, go,
parfait.
go. Ouais, ouais. Encore, go, go, go.
Ok, stop. Bien,
Allez, gars.
bien joué.
And that's exactly what they did. Overcurled.
Non, les gardes.
Took away that raise takeout.
Les deux gardes rouges sont autour.
French
Une fois
down
que
to
tu
their
fais
last
le
two
tour, tu fais le
rocks.
run back avec la jaune et tu restes là. Et
A little difficult to get at that shot red rock
là,
in the
on
forefoot.
vient là, on est assuré de mettre 2. Si tu fais le truc, après on peut mettre 3, voire on peut mettre 2 si tu fais le truc. Là, c'est vraiment compliqué là. Si tu viens là, il te fait un. Ouais, mais le run back, je préfère le faire avec l'autre pierre. Bah au moins, si tu reprends le point, ben, c'est l'autre pierre qui a le point. Si tu l'as fait, ils ne peuvent plus rien faire, limite. C'est soit on ouvre les deux rouges devant pour essayer de te laisser un tir facile, ou soit tu tentes le jaune-rouge. Moi, franchement, je ferais le jaune. C'est tendu, Mais non, c'est un normal au balai. Bah, soit on pète les deux rouges et après il a un tir assez facile à faire. Soit on tente le run back pour essayer d'en mettre 3 ou 2. Pour essayer de l'embêter. Si on fait le run, on l'embête. Ouais, Ouais, si on le fait, aujourd'hui. On va pas arrêter de le faire, mais
Pretty long angle raise takeout they're looking at.
ouais, donc le jaune rouge, si tu fais le jaune rouge directement, c'est nous qui on se trouve en force. Si on fait le rouge-rouge, moi je suis pas rouge-rouge du tout, moi je suis plus jaune-rouge. Hein. Les run-back, on a tout. En pile, Jay, ou en normal, comme tu veux. Tu préfères quelle force?
You can see the inexperience here in this team,
Comme tu veux, Jay. Si tu vas faire en pile,
struggling with some of the shot selection,
en pile,
certainly
Jay.
with the execution.
Quelle force, Jay?
En pile.
Ouais! 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 Ouais!
Oh, they get it. Great shot.
Bien, Jay.
And the French are sitting one.
Jay feu vert.
On peut faire un run.
Bien, Jay.
9.
Ouais, il y a pas besoin d'attendre. Jay feu vert.
Ok. Ah ouais.
Pendant que je me retourne, quand tu...
Max, je pense. Hein. Ouais.
Ouais, mais moi ça me fait chier. Je suis désolé, je suis désolé comme ça.
Pile 3 quarts, 4 5e. Ouais. Ouais. Ouais, tout l'eau, va le fort. Tout l'eau.
Normal, si toi tu vois, j'ai fait. Hein. T'as tout le blanc, j'ai pour le joli.
And so we're down to last rocks here in the third end. Trying to outdraw that red one in the top of the 12 to get on the scoreboard. It's got to make this one. There's a little biter at the back of the rings too.
Vitesse. Ouais, ligne. Ouais, ligne.
Well, we're working it pretty hard.
Fort. Juste vitesse.
It's getting close to that guard too.
Vitesse. Wow.
Yep, now we got it. Now it's got to stop. Will it stop? And it does. And finally a point for the French team. Although one is not going to help them a lot. But it does get them on the board. And it certainly will motivate them a little bit. After 3 ends of play, it's 5-1 for de Cruz. And the Cruz will now take the hammer going into the 4th end. Some of the other games going on. Wallstatt playing against Skibbutz from Switzerland. Wallstatt, of course, currently the top-ranked team from Norway. 2 rankings ahead of Olsrud. They're up 2-1 in their game. Van Dorp, Dutch against Lauterbach, Switzerland. Lauterbach there also up 2-1 after 2 ends of play. And Wanderer from Austria against Pfister from Switzerland. Wanderer, Austria up 2-0 over Mark Pfister. former teammate of Sven Michel. We played last year together, or 2 years ago together. Last year, Sven Michel just playing mixed doubles. Didn't have a team.
Ok. C'est ça?
13-5, c'est assez, je pense. Ok.
Ouais.
Traverse.
Ouais, ouais.
Ah, c'est un peu court. Hein.
Wow. Wow.
10, 9.
Oui. Oui.
C'est juste 5,
Ouais,
6.
Très fort. Oui.
Ouais, T-line.
The World Curling Tour coverage continues here. We're in the fourth end of the Baden Masters. Seeing de Cruz, Switzerland, playing against Mercier from France. De Cruz having won their only game so far. This is their second. Mercier lost their first game. They lost that to Volstadt 5-3. So Mercier currently ranked 168th on the order of merit, playing against the number 9 ranked team in the world. So I'll check out results of any of the other games going on throughout the weekend. WorldCurl.com. We've got 3 games tomorrow that we'll be showing. And quarterfinal action will begin at 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. And tomorrow morning we'll be on at 13:45 European time. That's 1:45 Central European time. We'll have Wallstatt de Cruz. So that's the 12th ranked team against the 9th ranked team on the World Tour. And then we'll have Schwaller against Moet. So also should be a really good match there. Team Schwaller, probably about the second best team in Switzerland at the moment. Moet, of course, ranked number 4 in the world. So some good games ahead of us. And then the semifinal and final on Sunday. Welcome all those viewers from CBC Canada Sports. Yeah, French have a guarded shot rock in play. A nicely guarded shot rock in play. Peter de Cruz playing second rocks.
Et toi bien, on est un peu là.
Just clears it.
Bien.
Ouais, ça. Il faut être à 3/4 sur la ligne et de ce côté.
Mercier will try and replace that center guard.
Pas forcément longueur, mais sur la ligne, il faut. Ça bouge comment? J'ai pas fait un point. Ligne ok. Wow, wow. Fort, Kata, fort. Wow. Ouais, Kata, ouais. Ouais. Wow, wow.
Ça tire un peu, attention. Il est pas serein. No problem.
Pousse un peu. Pas.
So important to get the line right.
Ligne, c'est un poil serré. Ligne, c'est un poil serré.
Weight-wise, you have a little room to play with from the hog line
Wow, wow.
into the middle. This looks like it might over curl. Leaves that red one or that yellow one in the forefoot just exposed slightly. That's not a bad guard. The Cruz will
C'est dur,
be
hein.
forced to remove that guard again.
Il a fait les chevilles, les gars. Bah. Il conditionne pas bien le manuel, ça va.
You can see a sliver of it, but Michel being asked to remove that guard again.
C'est dur.
Quentin, Kylian, pareil. Vitesse. Ligne ok.
So trying to replace that guard again.
Ligne parfaite. Avancez. Kylian.
Line looking a little bit better than the last one.
La bonne tendance, c'est de prendre la garde.
It's a better side to
Genre toujours
defend.
réglisse. C'est dur, c'est très dur, hein, c'est sûr.
Je te redis de là-bas, mais moi je trouve que c'est assez dur quand même. Hein.
Ok. Si
The turn side is a little more exposed, but the jam on the back red one is there.
Si on le fait pas,
Ouais.
je veux dire, c'est que je touche la garde.
Si on enlève juste la garde. Hein. Juste comme ça.
Je crois que c'est juste. Hein.
Ça,
Moi,
c'est-
Moi je trouve que c'est dur. Hein.
ça, c'est très dur. Hein.
Ça vaut pas la peine, je trouve. Moi je trouve que ça vaut pas la peine. C'est quand même dur. Hein. Sinon, dire notre finir.
Ouais, sinon, ça.
pousser là, mais.
Après, si tu arrives déjà à la pousser là, c'est assez bien, tu vois.
Ok.
Ça te va?
Looks like they're
These
going
back
to
line.
try draw around the center guard. Just come to the, try and
Yes,
get
sir.
to the face of that yellow one with a slow tap back.
Ouais, faut pas moins. Hein.
Just move it out of the forefoot. And we're Schwartz. We're down to Skips Rocks here. Swiss have 2 left. Whereas first here, just trying to come around that center guard, tap that yellow one out of the forefoot.
Attention. Oui. Oui. Ouais.
Wow. Whoa. All right. Yeah.
It's looking pretty good. Excellent shot.
Parfait.
Toujours revenu là.
13.
T'as vu, il vient de
Precision work there by the Swiss.
Soit toujours revenu. Pourquoi ouais. Ou soit tu refais la même. Mais bon, là, le plus proche, hein, du coup c'est plus dur. Ouais, moi, Denis. Ouais.
French in danger of giving up 3 or more here.
Et tu vas là, Contact, Kylian, dans le bleu. Entièrement dans le bleu.
So draw attempt to get around that center guard, tuck in behind that red shot rock at the top of the forefoot, try and get some coverage both ways. Maybe a chance to steal a point. If they get it wrong, could cost them.
Ligne, ok. Ouais, ligne. Wow.
Had this turn all end here, playing the guard there, so they should know the ice.
Fort.
Curls nicely.
Fort. Ouais, le temps. Go.
Coming in. Need to get past the front one.
Ouais, bien, Jay.
Just rub and open up. That should leave a fairly simple removal of that yellow. Score 3.
Ouais, on voit 3 quarts.
OK.
Peter Cruz looking at the double there, but I don't think that would be a little overkill.
C'est bien ça?
Score of 3 here will make that 8-1. I thought these French might be able to give them a little bit better game, but they're certainly not really on their game.
Ouais. Wow.
Certainly didn't execute very well on the first 2 ends. Got a little bit better here, but still not enough to beat this Swiss team.
Okay.
Really straightforward shot there. Score of 3. And with that, the score after 4 ends of play is a 8-1 for De Cruz. French. A couple more ends out of them. Get 2 more ends in here. Just reset. Play two good ends at least. Feel a little bit better about yourself going into the next game. And here we see the score 8-1. World Curling Tour coverage of the Baden Masters. First event coverage of the season. Right now we're looking at a schedule that's going to compile about 12 to 14 events throughout the season from around the world, and we'll have some Canadian coverage also, some Canadian events. A lot more Canadian content there. Had European and some Asian content down the road also. Good international flair to the World Curling Tour. About a year and a half ago, 18 months ago, the Curling Champions Tour, which was Europe, and the World Curling Tour based in Canada, fused together to create one global tour. Mixed doubles tour, men's tour, women's tour, the wheelchair World Curling Tour, and compiled junior tours. Men's and women's tour, divided into challenger events, which is like your 500 series and ATP tennis, masters events, and of course the upper class, the Champions Series, or the Slams in Canada will be your top events. You need to have top ranking points to get into those events. Some 700 men's teams playing last year on the tour around the world. It should increase in the future as Chinese, Korean, and Japanese teams develop. Also, far more events in those countries in the future. As the sport grows fairly rapidly.
Et Linois. Alors 3 c'est bien. Hein. 3 c'est très bien. C'est un peu large. Hein. Oh. 14-5.
So lots of guards again to work with. French need to get some rocks into play though.
Vitesse! Walid!
Had a young German team upset Mao this morning. German team out of Baden, Germany. Young team, and the Russians played a very solid game against Edin this morning also. We covered that game. Lots of young talent coming up. Still need to develop. It's good to see a French team though. I haven't seen a French team on the tour for a while.
Ligne bien, attention. Ouais. Ligne ouais. Oui. Ouais. Encore. Go. Le plus longtemps possible. Oh.
Certainly pretty good execution here by the Cruz team. Team that is definitely looking to move up in the positioning on the ranking.
Elle tombe d'un coup. T'as dû la coucher, je pense.
Centerline. T'aimes pas être trop proche. Ici. Quoi, tu veux dire?
Ok, 3 lignes, c'est
Trop
bien.
proche. Ouais. Je pense que c'est bon.
Ouais. Oui. Ah, elle a pris quelque chose. Oh. Tiens. Touche là-dessus.
Oui.
Ouais. Oh, 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 oh. Benoît. Ça va juste toucher.
Unfortunate rub on that guard. Moves, rolls back into the center again. Covers it up. You can still get in there. Get that red one on the left. Rolling behind the guards. But you got to make one of those at some point. If the French take anything away from this weekend, they'll realize what they need to do to improve and get up to that level. How much work is involved. One thing being the best in your country, trying to be the best in the world.
Ouais, normal. Tout à l'heure, tu la voyais
Big
pleine.
step.
Ah, t'aurais dû mieux. Quoi? Ouais! Ouais! Fort! Fort, Kylian! Fort! Fort, elle est belle! Fort! Ah non, c'est de la merde. Putain, prends ta main.
Trois.
OK.
C'est bien ça?
Oui.
Chouette.
C'est schwierig zu breit zu sein, denke ich. C'est schwierig zu breit zu sein.
Ligne, c'est bien.
2,5.
3.
3.
Place.
2,5. 3.
Oh, maintenant. Benoît. Ouais, fini. Ouais.
You just
Bien
heard
fermer le trou, oui.
Benoit Schwartz giving instructions to Sven Michel in German. I don't think Sven's French is
Très bien, léger.
quite there yet. So, if anything,
Bien.
his French will improve playing with this team.
Commence à être.
It's called
J'aime pas, moi. avec
Peter,
on
Benoit,
reste au
and
carreau et ça avance à rien. Avec la jaune, ouais. Avec la
Tanner,
jaune, ça
all
sort
being
tout
from
seul.
Geneva,
Tac.
French-speaking part of Switzerland.
En pile. On essaye de choper. On chope la première et après, ouais. Un peu plus. Bon, faire un. Bon, faire un.
So a angle raise attempt here
Ouais, et puis
from Mercier.
on essaie d'en choper une derrière.
Needs to keep that rock in
Ouais,
play too.
Ouais! Ouais, Kata, ouais! Ouais, Kata, ouais!
Misses everything.
Pas énorme.
Non, parce que lui après il fait ça. Quoi. Ça aide même pas. Mais... Tu veux passer dans le trou et pousser ça?
OK.
C'est un
Si je
peu
suis
plus
court,
dur.
c'est OK.
Hein?
Si je suis court, c'est OK.
Ouais.
Si je touche la garde, c'est OK.
Tu vois les mots. Exact. Ouais. Vitesse 6 quoi.
Ouais, ouais.
Ouais. J'aurais dit ça.
C'est bien ça, je trouve.
Faut quand même passer la jaune là. Vitesse 6-7.
Tap back. Si je touche la garde, au centre, c'est OK. Je joue pas trop. C'est quand même limite la glace. Ah, non,
So
non,
they
non.
could have just plugged up this hole, but I guess they're using the opportunity here to do some a little trickier shots. Trying to come through that hole, tap back that red one. Get another rock in play. Don't really need to do that at this point in the game.
Ouais, oui, ouais.
But trying to challenge themselves a little bit since the opponent isn't that much of a challenge.
Force maintenant. Yep, 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 yep. Fort, fort, fort. Encore, 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 encore. Go, 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 go. Oh.
Need to keep your mind sharp because the next opponent may not be quite that easy. And it won't be. We'll be showing that game tomorrow.
Non, je pense que c'est un peu large, mais j'ai peur de leur prendre.
Ouais, ouais, parce que.
The
faut
Cruz
qu'on
against
fasse ça.
Wallstatt. That should be a good game.
Pile. Wow, 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 wow. Quentin, Quentin, Quentin. Ouais,
Trying to
Quentin,
hit the
ouais.
front ones. Nope. See what he was trying to do. I need to curl a little bit more. Try and get all of them. He just misses that.
Ah, ça ne dérange pas d'essayer. Enfin,
Ah ouais.
Ouais.
On fait ça, ouais.
la même glace?
Je mettrai pas moins, je vais jouer plus lentement. Moi,
Ça?
Ouais.
Avant, il y avait ça. Tu viens 5 4, 5.
Oui, il faut préférer moi.
4, 5, c'est bien.
Schwartz will just draw another one in there. Mercier has the hammer.
Ouais. Oui. Oui. Wow.
Wow!
Attention. Oui. Wow. Oh. Oh, 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 oh.
Oh, still nice execution there. Part of the Swiss. Not a lot the French can do there at this point in the game.
Bah, il y a René avec une main. Je crois que c'est plus judicieux de faire un run avec une jaune que de faire le demi là. Ah non, non. Moi j'aimerais bien, franchement, tu préfères quelle couleur, celui-là ou celle là-bas? Je te laisse le choix. C'est quelle autre là-bas tout à l'heure? Bah, allez, dis. Tu vas montrer qui c'est le papa un peu là.
Faut taper où là?
Ouais, faut taper. Tu tapes de moitié. Ouais, tu tapes là, tu tapes de deux tiers, ça y
I
va.
don't think that's going to get shot
Il y a peu de
for
chances
you either.
que tu tripes.
I think they're just trying to drive that yellow one into the red and maybe reduce the count a little bit. Certainly not going to end up shot this way.
Ouais, ouais. Ouais, wow, c'est bon.
So another steal of 3. It's now 11-1 for the Swiss.
Tu fais bouton. Maintenant, c'est entraînement à LSD.
Ok, parfait.
Entraînement à LSD.
It's important for the Swiss team to keep their shot making sharp. they'll get caught up in a game like this and start losing focus. Not good practice. French coach will certainly have his work cut out for him to see what he can do with this team, prepare them for the European Championships. I'm sure we'll see them again on the tour somewhere.
Non, c'est un peu vite. Un peu vite. Ça, c'est bien.
We're into the sixth end. Baden Masters. Defending champion Nicolas Sedin played against Cruz last year in the final.
Tu l'as senti qu'il avait une saleté? Oui. Allez-y.
OK, 5. C'est un peu large. 4. Ouais. Yep. Bien mêlé. OK, c'est bien. 15-5. Ça va toujours aussi vite.
Voilà. Les saletés, c'est mieux, ça.
Ligne OK. Wow. Ça rentre ou pas? Quand t'as fini. Juste quand t'as. Allez, Quentin.
Pour pousser. Ouais, exact. Je joue au 8. C'est quand même un peu plus lent la glace, je trouve maintenant. Ah, mais c'est vrai. It's getting a little slower, sort of flying. Faut jouer assez nature.
So good conversation there on the team. Just trying to get draw weight clear.
Attention, balle. Ouais.
Wow. Non.
Ouais.
A little heavier than we wanted. Heard he said it was getting a little slower. Maybe it isn't. It certainly had lots of weight.
Vitesse. Wow. Attention. Ouais, maintenant. Wow. Ouais, géré. Wow. Kylian. Fort. Allez. c'est beaucoup de glace.
Comme ça.
C'est chiant.
Ouais, 11 et demi. Ouais, c'est excellent.
Attends un peu. Attention. Attention. Ouais. Non, non, c'est tout bien. Tu auras bien joué.
Vous pouvez y aller, autant que vous voulez. Wow, top, top.
The French are shot with that yellow one. Guarded it up. We'll see a run back here from Sven Michel. Drive it straight back, that yellow guard. That's not quite what he wanted. Ends up removing two of his own. Threw quite a bit of weight at that.
Sehr gut. Shot mit Doppeloption.
On n'aurait pas pu prendre le coup parfait pour nous. Bien, bien. Split toujours pareil.
We get 3 more games to come tomorrow. And 2 more on Sunday, semifinal and final. Curling season gets into full swing.
Fort, on fait la poussette. Allez, allez. Vous assurez.
Next week,
Vous faites confiance.
or Sunday, the mixed doubles season gets underway too in New Zealand. The Winter Games. World Curling Tour part of that. Unfortunately, no coverage from there.
Neuf et demi. Un peu court. 9 et demi.
Combien?
J'ai 9, 8.
Ouais, j'ai 9-9.
So once again, the Swiss are sitting 3. Let's see a nice draw here into the 4-foot behind those guards. Give this young team some confidence. Just rubs on the guard. Maybe just not icing right. The weight looked good on it. This will be easy pickings for Benoit Schwartz.
Ouais, ligne. Plus vitesse. Wow. D'accord. Faut y aller. Ouais. Fort.
Milieu du 12.
Ah ouais.
Plus, non?
Non, c'est bien.
Ah, c'est bien.
Encore.
Say, T-line.
Yep, the French will definitely need to work on their execution. Haven't made a lot of shots in this game.
60.
Played a better game this morning against Volshot, only lost by 2 points. Certainly not ready for this game. Cruz certainly has to be one of the favorites in this event. Been to the final a few times. Actually won it in 2016. Sven Mechel won it with his old team 2 times in a row. 2011, 2012.
C'est toi qui sens. Si tu te sens mieux au tir, tu tires. Si tu te sens mieux au point, tu pointes.
Dean having won it 15 and 17. The last shot here for the French in this end. Swiss sitting 4 or 5. Trying to tap that yellow one up to the forefoot. Gotta get the line right and the weight. This looks like it's curling already. I don't think it has. Yeah, it's over curled. Yeah, weight wasn't bad. And that looks like a steal of 2. And the gloves finally come off. Not a really good game from the French team. They'll have at least know what they got to do to play against these top teams, but that's what they're here for. Sometimes that road is painful. All these young teams had to go that route. Peter de Cruz picking up a second win today here at the Baden Masters. Thanks for joining us today. We had 3 games covered, and if you missed any of them, you can always pick them up again on the YouTube channel, World Curling Tour, and we see the final score here, 13-1. Baden Masters coverage, the World Curling Tour coverage of the Baden Masters will continue again tomorrow afternoon at 1:45 Central European time. So that's just as the Canadians are getting out of bed. Can watch a little Saturday morning curling, and should have a good one. Wallstatt, Norway, ranked number 12 against Cruz. That should be a great game. Hope to see you then. Thanks for watching today, and wish everybody a wonderful Friday. Thank you.
Squat!